Hello and welcome to VChess. My name is Naiditsch, I am a chess grandmaster and we continue with our educational streams. Let's go with the next rapid game. 10 minutes, rapid game. I will be commenting on the game, so we try to understand what is happening on the chessboard, to learn some new tricks, new tactical ideas, new positional ways of playing the game. And I have changed a little bit the pieces now. Reese, welcome Reese. First today to say hi. Reese, how are you? Now we go the move knight f3 and we have the answer d6. How do you like my pieces today? We're gonna change daily a little bit just to have more fun, but these pieces are really strange because the pawns are so big. Why are the pawns so big? Good morning, IDBM. Good morning. You only get morning notifications. Well, IDBM, I don't know where you get only morning notifications. I am live at around noon Dubai time, and in the evening approximately 8 p.m. sometimes 8:30, something like that. Depends on how many things I have to do daily. As you surely understand, I stream in my free time, so sometimes not so easy to be on time. Alright, let's go to the current game. We have the move bishop g4 played. Ooh, what is that? He's giving me the pawn. Why is he doing that? I can simply take the pawn. And I think I will be doing better in case I take the pawn. A little bit strange. Third to say hello today is Bagus2411. Hello, Bagus. How are you doing? I hope we all have a great day. By the way, we have little news. I got notification from chess.com that the guy was banned who played us in this 2-minute game. So sometimes chess.com is banning some people, but most of course are not being banned. But yeah, sometimes this is happening. Alright, let's take a look at what is happening here. He continues giving us this pawn here on e5. I did not take it immediately, but to be honest, I don't know why I didn't take it, because we can still take it. Probably this is some kind of tricky line or something like that. I don't know. Let's just continue ignoring the pawn, because I just would like to see what is his point of that whole thing with the black pieces. Just interesting. What is the idea? Maybe there is no idea actually, but I guess there is no idea. It is probably just bad, but let's ignore the pawn on e5 for a little while, because in case he's going to take, I will be taking the queen and we have this better endgame here. So I'm not worried about that. In case bishop takes f3, we're gonna take with the queen on f3, so the position of white should be better. Let's see what is going to happen next. Our opponent is taking his time now to play the next move. HeidiBM, this is good for all those who defended him. Again, Heidi, to be honest, I don't care so much, because you can trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I'm not a guy that would tell you some random stuff. And I fully understand that for a non-professional player, maybe it's difficult to see who is playing how, but for a professional, it's very, very easy to see. By the way, HeidiBM, if I may ask, what is your profession? And I'm sure that in your profession, you would also recognize very quickly who is real and who is fake. So this is the same as chess. There is no difference, yeah. Of course. So this is like in every job we do. In case you are a high-level professional, you see the fakes so quickly. That's why I think for people that are experienced in life, and I think for people who are high achievers, usually these people, they know what is the value of hard work, and we appreciate people who are working hard and we respect them. And on the other hand, you have a lot of people that just want to say something nasty, and yeah, they are unstoppable. There are too many of them. The only way is to block them, to avoid them, and just to give them no credit whatsoever. So, okay, it's like the saying goes, the wind is blowing, the dog is barking. So, what to do? This is life. We have the long castle. Let us go back to the interesting game of chess. What can we do here? We can do a lot. For the moment, pawn up, so I can just simply take the pawn. Then the bishop gets out, and then we have this bishop before somewhere, knight f6, so black might get a little active. I still believe this position must be better for white. So I can simply take. Another option is here to get this bishop out with a tempo. So we attack the rook in case of f6. We're just gonna take it, and also it looks like a pawn up. So we have the choice. I don't know what is the best move in the current position. I like the move bishop on g5 because it is just winning a tempo. This cannot be a bad decision. On the other hand, we might also just take the pawn here. So both is looking excellent. Maybe let me play the move bishop on g5. I'm just curious what is gonna happen next, because I don't see here anything for black to get any compensation. We see the move f6 been made. All right, we're gonna take the pawn. Obviously, we're gonna take the pawn. Now pawn up for white. Where is the compensation of black? We simply go back. Beautiful position of the white pieces. Everything is central. I don't see any kind of counterplay, at least not immediately. Maybe there is something like f5 coming, but alright, this is not like extremely dangerous. So, in the current position, we might even get a little bit active now with the move knight on d5. Attacking the pawn on f6 is looking pretty logical to me. We can play first the move h3 to get the bishop a little bit back. I don't know where is the difference, to be honest. I think both is looking pretty good, but maybe let's get the knight on d5. Looks good to have the knight on d5, so let's play it. Let me read the chat. Solomon also with us. Solomon, welcome, welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Reese is saying now we can get the pawn. Yeah, this is true. The one with the draw got bent, yeah, Solomon, the one with the draw got bent, yes. So, we have here fans of Jamelin in the chat. When will Jam play? She is usually online from approximately, it is 4 p.m. Dubai time. 4 p.m. Dubai time. We have fans of young and beautiful girls in the chat. Excellent. I think there should be everything for different expectations from the stream. Let's say it like that. So we have the move a6 been played. The pawn is getting collected next on f6, I believe. So we can take the pawn. Queen probably goes here. And then we're gonna take here on c6. And I think white is almost winning. So let's do that. Little bit strange play by my opponent. I don't understand this idea of giving the central pawn. Now we are winning another one. Little bit unusual play. So let's take on c6 simply. Let's get the bishop on g4. And yes, this is looking, of course, like an excellent position for white. We had a good start. Now we are proceeding. So we just take, pawn on e4 is hanging and pawn on g2 is hanging. Yes, we're gonna lose maybe one of those, but we will be still a pawn up. So I have a decision to make again. All these choices are sometimes more difficult than actually playing some complex move, because complex move is about calculation, but to make a choice sometimes is harder in case you have a couple of good options. So now we can have a couple of good options. The idea should be to castle alongside, I guess, just to avoid a lot of these tricks. In the current position, we have to defend the pawn on g2 or the pawn on e4. We can do both. So what should we choose to defend here? Also very interesting is to move the queen to d5, because in case black is gonna take, then we have this check and rook to g1. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. In case I go with the queen here, there might be something active, like the move knight on b4. So after knight on b4, is there an easy win? Let's think. Maybe there is no easy win. Then, of course, I will not do that. So I can play the move knight on d2, for example, or move knight on g5. Which looks with a clearly better position for white. So let's go maybe with the move knight on g5. I like it. We are defending the pawn on e4. Simultaneously, we are offering this exchange of queens, which is obviously good for white. I guess black will be taking now the pawn on g2 because there's nothing better. And after taking on g2, we have a couple of ways to play this position. I think the easiest way is just to get queen f3, endgame, pawn up, looking good. Solid decision. Maybe we have this crazy move now, king on d2, trying to catch the queen on g2. This looks a bit insane, but also deserves attention, because for the queen it's not so easy to escape from g2. Should we go crazy with a move king on d2? So easy move, better for white. Crazy move. I don't know. Too crazy? Or should we try this kind of craziness? Let's go. Let's go for something crazy. There's some kind of d5 push. Maybe it's too crazy. Maybe it's just too crazy to put a king on d2, because it's funny. We would like to get this knight f7 and we would like to catch the queen somehow with the move rook to g1. So it's not that stupid. But maybe it is just too crazy to play this king on d2. I think it's too much, maybe. Maybe it's too much, because there is d5 coming. Still, we might have this knight f7. There is the move d4. Okay, I don't know. It is too complex. So let us play the simple queen f3. We will get this endgame now. Endgame pawn up. So, I don't know. I feel quite confident in endgames with the pawn up. In most of the cases, we will be able to win the current position. But let's see, of course, how the game is going to develop. Now I have to play a little bit quicker, because I've been talking way too much previously. So we will try to play now a little bit quicker. Knight on g5, beautiful knight. Let's get here, or to win the pawn on h7. Our opponent played very quickly the move rook f8, so he is maybe trying to push us a little bit on time. But it's not gonna be easy to win on time against us. Yes, I am quite slow when it comes to seconds, but at the moment we are not yet there, so I think we are eating the pawn h7 and just going back. So thank you for the pawn. Next move, h4, h5, h6, and goodbye. So h4, as we planned, all according to the plan. Is there something black can do? What is this move? What is this? What is the idea of that? Don't know. I don't know. What is he doing? Maybe let's just change the bishop, no? Just in case, to have less material on the board, because as less we have, as better it is for white. Let's play this move. We're gonna change the bishop, so long run, the h pawn is just a queen. He tries to push us on time. Yes, I can see that, but again, it's not so easy to push us on time, because the rook gets to g3, and I hope that we'll be queening very soon. Let's get the rook to a beautiful square on g3. All we need to do is to blunder nothing major, and the game will be over. So next, the pawn is going to start walking. He's trying to stop it, and I think I'm having the option of moving now my f-pawn forward. So we play the move f4, we play the move f5. I think the pawn cannot be taken. And the knight is getting now to e6. So position is looking almost winning. Sorry, I cannot look at the moment at the chat, because too little time here on the clock, so I have to play a little bit faster. Otherwise, to lose the current position on time, this would be a disaster. This would be so upsetting. Let's get the rook to the 7th. Never bad to have a rook on the 7th rank. so close to win the game. The f pawn is theoretically is a queen. So we are so close to win the game. Now we have to find the last finishing moves, and that's it. What could it be? He would like to take maybe the pawn on h4, does he? Maybe let's go with the move f6, because I think it's just a queen, no? Let's go. How to stop the move f7? How to stop white from promotion now? We would like to play the move f7 as well. We have this rook on f1 in case we need the support on the f file. So... oh, he takes. Why is he taking? Okay, let's go with the move f7. What is the point? He would like to give me the piece. Okay, he hopes to win on time. This is very obvious. He's just playing for the win on time. Okay, let's see. Let's see if his strategy is correct. In most of the cases, I should be fast enough here, but let's see. So we need to play a little bit accurate here. There is no rush. We still have a little bit of time on the clock. Let's go with a move knight on e6. Beautiful knight here. Knight gets to c5. We're gonna win a couple of pawns, and then we see what happens next. Our opponent is trying to win on time. It's gonna be not easy to win on time here with the black pieces. He gives us a check. Let's go forward. One minute and 10 seconds in most of the cases should be enough to win the game. So now we get with the king to d6. I think he makes our job a bit easier even by helping us to get closer. What is that? Should be a checkmate already somewhere. How can I give a checkmate? I think like this. So the pawn is going to fall, and we will be getting closer with our king. Okay. Next move will be checkmate very soon. So let's take and let's collect everything he has. No rush here for white. And beautiful checkmate is coming. So actually we managed to win, even being very long time, but yeah, it's enough. As I predicted, it should be enough to win the game because it's too easy in case there would be complications, and we still even have time to push the F button. This is our stuff here on the channel. Boom, before we have the winning combination or a winning move, we push the F. So think for yourself, too easy. Yeah, white is winning with the next move. Still, we push the F because this is what we do here. And boom, checkmate. That's it, we are winning the first game. All in all, not a bad game. We had a better start from the opening, got better positions, and slowly we've been converting our advantage. And yeah, good start in the first game. In case you like my comments, please like, subscribe. Obviously, to VChess, we have educational chess content here on the channel, and of course, try to think about supporting the channel in case you like us even more. All right, second game. Let's go to move e4, and let me read the chat for a second. Funny comment by Heidi BM, yeah. So nice to see that good conversation in the chat. In case you have some questions, please ask them in the chat. We have good guys here that are capable of answering your questions immediately. For example, Solomon always with us. Hadi BM Bean is always here with us. We have now the Petrov defense or the Russian defense. Depends. You can call it both. Now we have this line, and I will go with the line of knight on c3. Quite a popular line, so nothing new here. So don't be shy. Also, Tommy is with us. Tommy, welcome. The whole VChess crew is here. Bishop f4. The idea is to get the queen on d2 and to make the long castle. So all of this. Bishop e6, a bit unusual play with black. Usually we have first knight on c6. I don't know if I should go with the move knight to d4 now, because this is quite unusual, or maybe it just leads to the same. All right. So, is Gemelin my daughter? Obviously not. What a question. What a question, man. So, short castle or knight d4? Maybe knight on d4. Let's go with the move knight on d4. It feels good to put the knight on d4. I don't know why he's playing without the move knight c6. Maybe there's some idea, but I don't know what is the idea. So I will put my knight on d4 and then let's see. Alright, a6. Very unusual play, because I would not like to go bishop b5. So why to play the move a6? This is some kind of overprotection. So not sure this is really needed. We go long castle as we planned. Next, we might think after the move knight on c6 to take the bishop or to take the knight or to do nothing. Everything is possible, so we have to take a decision. What to play next? Just a second, let me see, because we might have got... I play chess, by the way. Welcome, welcome. I play chess is also here with us. Sorry, I didn't see that immediately in the chat. I play chess. One of the biggest supporters of us here on VChess. Warm welcome for I play chess. Knight on c6. Now, knight takes e6, I think. Should be the logical continuation, so let's get it. We have the bishop pair. And by the way, don't be angry with me in case I don't say immediately hello, but it's so difficult to play, to talk, and to read the chat simultaneously, so sometimes I'm missing some things from the chat. Sorry for that, but my functions are limited to maybe 2 or 3 at the same time. So yeah, let's go the move bishop d3. We get a bishop out. There is a question why there was no possibility to take the pawn here on a2. This is way too dangerous because we can go b3 and capture the bishop next. That's why to take the pawn on a2 is usually not possible. We have long castle position, which is slightly better for white in most of the cases. So we are bringing our last piece into the game. As you can feel here, we have quite nice pieces on the d and e file. We have the bishop pair. Once we have the bishop pair, we will try to be more active. So we have to open the position in best case. And maybe let's start with the move g4. A bit unusual, but I think not a bad move, because we have 2 threats here after playing move g4. First is to play the move g5. So this is very easy, very logical, and so on. And we have another threat. I will not tell you yet what is the next move by white, because we might make the boom on the board. Let's see if our opponent sees our next threat. I don't know if he saw it or he didn't saw it, but he avoided it. So let's go with the move bishop on g5. Let me think. Yeah, let's go with the move bishop g5. We get this f4 next. Bishop f6. Now we can make the boom. So we make the boom. There is a tactical way to get much better position here with white. Try to think for yourself. If you could find the solution, very good. So try to think for yourself, 20-30 seconds. For those of you who are very quick, don't write immediately in the chat, please. I see the comment of Solomon, ignore us and just win the games. Well, Solomon, we are having educational stream here. So it's for you, it's not for me winning the most amount of games that that I can. So let's see who will be able to find the next move by white. I give you 10 more seconds, so we're not going down on time like the last game. So, and the next move by white is the idea rook takes e6, because queen cannot take, we have the bishop f5. But before taking on e6, I believe I should take first on f6, just to be safe. And next I'm gonna take now the pawn on e6. Very nice, very beautiful. Let me see who did the calculation correct. Yeah, a lot of good answers. A lot of good answers. And I play chess also. Rook takes pawn, yeah. This is correct. Excellent. Excellent. Hi, DBM. Mr. Naiditsch doesn't care about the points we do. Come on, we are here to have some fun, to enjoy nice games of chess. So this is the most important, that we are having some nice stream, enjoying this beautiful game and have fun. So bishop on f5 is looking not bad at all. We have beautiful bishop here. Next we might attack the pawn on f6 to take immediately. The g4 pawn was hanging, so I didn't want to do that. Now, what should we do next? And I think the next move is pretty straightforward. We should dominate the e file. So this is what we should do next. Now we have to execute it in a nice way. There might be some little counterplay coming with the move h5. So we should prevent the counterplay. How can we prevent the counterplay? I believe by playing this queen h6. So we are blocking the h-pawn, and simultaneously we would like to take the pawn on f6. This is looking like the right idea. So let me play the move queen h6. I think quite logical. So the thinking process is quite logical. In most of the cases I'm trying to play very logical chess, and in most of the cases the logical moves are the best. Now we have here this threat. Knight goes to d8, because out of nowhere the pawn on a2 might be hanging. This is actually quite unpleasant. It comes a little bit as a surprise. It's knight d8. I didn't see the idea immediately. So what can we do against the move knight on d8? We can go simple move b3, looking decent, but then we have the move knight e7. He will be attacking the bishop on f5. Still, it should be a much better position for white, so we are not worried very much about it, but I would like to keep the bishop on the board. Just I don't see how I can do that now. This knight on d8 idea, quite unpleasant. Of course, I can give the pawn on a2, but why to give the pawn on a2? It doesn't feel like I should give the pawn on a2. Not the best queen h6. I didn't see that knight on d8. This kind of tricky, sneaky move, knight on d8. Now what can we do here? I think I will give up on my bishop, so I will be playing the move b3, because still my rook is here. We are pawn up, so I believe the position of white is very dominant here. Most of the rook endgames should be winning, in my opinion. So knight e7, yes, it is the best, but it is not like solving all the problems of black. We can also go with the move queen f4, take with the queen on f5, and white is doing just much better. So still everything is under control. Maybe queen h6, not the most precise play by me, but it's alright. It's alright. The game goes on. We are still doing better. Everything is under control. So let's see. Knight on d8 still. He should have gone knight e7 to at least take the bishop on f5. Now the bishop survives. And basically there is no counterplay for black, at least I don't see it. So let's go with the move rook on e3. We're dominating the board. The bishop is dominating the knight. This is, I think, very visible now. h7 pawn is bad. Knight on d8 not doing much. Luckily we saw this idea b3, so we didn't give on the a2 pawn. Now after playing b3 we also have this kind of security. King on b2. Rook on e8, we can take the rook, I think, and this would mean that we are winning the pawn on h7. Yes, it is easy win, but why not just to play the move rook e1? What a domination of the white pieces. There is no rush to do something quick. So we can enjoy the king on b2, so safe, no checks, no nothing, which is important because we are playing against a knight. So when you play against a knight, always be careful. Rook e3, rook h8 is blocked, knight on d8 out of the game. This is looking like a very good position for white. Next move, maybe king on b2, just safety first. So there is like 0 threats to the white king. It makes the game easier because in case your king is a little bit sort of weak, then you start to hesitate. So you start to think, should I do that, should I not do that? And again, then the game becomes a little bit tricky. Now we have this safe king on b2. This is moves that basically you do first and then you think later, because it cannot be a bad move. It's very important topic, by the way. What is the best move in a chess game? And in my opinion, the best move in a chess game is not sometimes the strongest move. So sometimes the best move in a game, it is the most practical move. So the most practical move can be something like king on b2. Because we go away from all the checks, we go away from everything. Now we put the pawn on to h5, obviously, in case we're gonna win the pawn on h7, the pawn on h5 is going to be very useful. So there is no rush. Don't rush the win. I think in chess it's very important to be patient and to understand that there's a big difference between practical play and objectively the best play. So practical play is usually that gives the least chances to your opponent. And the best move is sometimes a move that is just objectively the best. But these two can be very different. So now that we improved our position almost to the max and our opponent is basically moving this king b8, king a7, king b8, king a7, it's time to win something. And what should we win here next? I think we should bring the queen maybe to e3. Looks like a winning position, so we can play like that. I think it looks very good. Let's go. With the move rook e4, we have here queen e3 coming next. We'll be dominating on the e file. Maybe we have moves like bishop g6 now to win the game, and then the queen goes away. So I don't like this move. d5. Let's give a little check here on e3. And next we are entering with our rook to e7. So it's gonna be massive advantage. Rook on e7. Take a look at this beautiful domination on the 7th rank. Very nice. Still no counterplay for black, not even a check somewhere, so it makes the game again. You feel good. You feel good when there is no counterplay. You feel happy. Next, we can take the pawn, I think, on h7. So why not to do it? We deserve now to take the pawn on h7. We did a good job, and now you can see how well is the pawn positioned on h5 as well. So much better to have the pawn on h5 than to have the pawn on h2, because it would be a longer way. Objectively speaking, the game is over. All we need to do now is to promote the pawn, and yeah, I should be able to do that. Bishop on g6, because we might go also with the move queen e8 just to get the winning endgame. h6 is coming somewhere. Queen endgame should be easily winning. Knight on d6, preventing the queen endgame. But now we play the move h6. Also quite nice that we have the pawn on a4 because there is no knight b5. So you see, of course I could not predict that I need the pawn on a4, but you just put the pieces to good squares. And then you see what happens next. This is usually the best strategy to win games, because it's so difficult to predict exactly what is going to happen. But we can estimate, and in case you put the pieces to good squares, then in most of the cases you will be doing you'll be doing very good, I mean winning position. So next let's put the queen here on d7, because I think next we're gonna play this bishop f5 and that's it. Our idea, bishop f5, to give this check somewhere on c8. He's giving away all his material. Maybe the idea is to play the move d4. Well, yeah, this is what black wants to do. Not very dangerous, obviously, so we can just collect the pawn. I guess it's gonna be the move d4. There's nothing else. After the move d4, we are able even to give the check on e4. This is easy way to win the position, in my opinion. So let's double check. Yeah, it looks like an easy win, so we give a check. In case knight is taking, we're gonna take the knight. And we're gonna defend the pawn simultaneously. Of course, we have also the move queen on g8 somewhere. Yeah, and this is also easily winning. We could have gone like queen e6, queen g8. Yeah. Maybe this was even faster. But I think it plays just no big difference. So we go with the move queen on c6. We're gonna take the bishop now. We can also, by the way, take now here the pawn, because we lose the bishop, but we're gonna promote into a queen. So simply taking the pawn on c3 is game over. We could have won the game faster, but it doesn't matter so much. This doesn't matter so much. We won the game, I think, in a very safe way. This is the most important. So now we're gonna promote into a queen. He continues playing the game. Well, of course, let's promote the next queen. If he likes to play, no problem. Let's take first the knight away. And then we're gonna promote into a queen. And then it is checkmate. So we catch the knight on g4. All of them are trying to win against me on time. Why? I'm not very quick, but usually being 2 queens up, I am fast enough. So nobody trusts me that I can give a checkmate with a couple of queens. Well. Let's see, but I hope I managed to give a checkmate with being 2 queens up on the board. I should be able to do that. Let's give a check first. So we are that he has to move somewhere. Here comes queen number 2. Now we give a check. Now we give a check. It's getting tricky for the guy. Now we give another check. I am very strong in giving checkmates, having 2 extra queens. So no hope. No hope. We are checkmating our opponent. And yeah, all in all, I think we had good strategic game. We did it step by step. Our opponent made it maybe a little bit too simple at some point, but all in all, I think good strategy. We played very, very safe, being a pawn up, which is important. Because don't give counterplay to your opponents. Doesn't matter at what kind of level you're playing. Just don't give too many counter chances. This is a key. Try to avoid all the tricks in case you have a better position. Alright, the next game is starting with the move b3. Okay, we go c5, knight c6. b3 is not a bad move, but obviously this is not a play for advantage with white. And of course, in case you're enjoying my comments, you're enjoying the educational chess content on our channel, subscribe, like, think about becoming a member. Bishop on g7, this is normal to put the bishop on g7 versus the bishop on b2. There are many different options how to play these positions with black. I like the flexible center. So for example, what does it mean to have the flexible center? If I place the move d5, the center is pretty stuck. It means he's gonna take, then knight e5, so we have quite steady game. And a flexible center is, for example, after the move d6. So we keep everything in the center still open, so we can change the structure in so many different ways next. And I like this kind of flexibility. So maybe matter of taste, but this is what I like. So we have the move bishop b5 been played. Let's go with a simple move bishop on d7, so we don't give him bishop c6. In case bishop c6, we're gonna take back with the bishop, obviously. Next is the move a6. This is what is usually played. Maybe there's an idea to play this queen h4, but in most of the cases, queen h4 is not very dangerous. As well, we might be able to play the move knight on b4 now. I like the move knight on b4 because it is attacking the pawn on c2, and actually is there a good defense against it? I don't know. So maybe let's try with the move knight on b4, because it looks like we are pushing immediately against the pawn on c2. To take is not the best because there's queen d1, take, the bishop runs away. It's playable because we get 2 pawns, but this kind of position is, I don't know, usually 2 pieces are better than a rook in the middle game. So till queens are on the board, if we could reach an endgame, yeah, it would be great to take rook and 2 pawns for 2 pieces, but now that we're not in an endgame. Maybe it's better just to play solid. So we take the bishop. Still, we have this threat of playing knight takes c2. He goes back with the queen. Ooh, this is surprising. Doesn't look like a very good idea to move there back. So let's calculate a little bit. Is there a way to play knight e4 now? Because we have here the pin. Does it make sense? It might make sense, because to get the bishop is a good idea in most of the cases. In case white is doing nothing, we're gonna take, and this position might be a little better for black. So let's go. Let's go with the move knight on e4. And let me read the chat. I Play Chess joins the VChess crew. Welcome, I Play Chess, one of the biggest supporters here on the channel. Welcome, welcome, I Play Chess to the VChess crew. Let's go, a3. So I think we can just take, and this position is gonna be slightly better for black as well. We might play the move knight on d5 and force the guy to take the knight. We're gonna take the bishop and go back. So also to play knight on d5 is looking not bad at all. We have to choose to take on c3, then we have the better structure, or to collect the bishop on b2. What is best? What is best in the current position? Difficult to say. Very difficult to say what is the best. I don't know. Both is looking good. Maybe I will go for the bishop. Okay, let's go for the bishop on b2. Let me read the chat a little bit. Thank you for the nice comments in the chat. Yeah, thanks very much. That's appreciated. So let's see. Solomon is saying Dutch defense. Yeah, Solomon, promise next game d4 f5 Dutch defense. Yeah, I forgot. I already said to Solomon twice I'm gonna play the Dutch, but I'm always forgetting because the Dutch opening is not so good. So I'm moving automatically always something else. Okay, the next game, yeah, d4 f5. Thanks Solomon for reminding me. I'm gonna play the next game Dutch defense. All right, let's take a look what is happening here on the board. We got this beautiful bishop, so black is having slightly better play in my opinion, but with a knight never easy, so we have to be careful. We have the ideas of the Dutch defense now. f5, by the way, not a bad move at all, but should we play it? Because to go away with a knight also gives black excellent play after the move f5. Maybe actually no good moves for the knight, so yeah, we are able to play the move f5. Not a bad play at all. By the feeling, I would just move back. I don't know. I have the feeling that I don't need the move f5. I would like to play the move d5, but to play now the move f5 is a good move. So f5 or just a simple knight on b6, knights rook c8, rook d8 and d5 we have to choose. Both is looking very good. Knight on b6 is not the best. So maybe we will follow the advice of Solomon and play the move f5, but then we have to calculate. Take, knight comes here, knight on e6. I think it's better for black. Yeah, no, we can do that. We can do this, but is it a must to do that? So maybe the best is actually just a silent knight on c7. We keep the idea f5. We keep the idea b5, we keep the idea d5, so we are again very flexible in our next decisions. d4, usually after d4 we should be able to take the pawn, and now idea is to play d5. This is a main action against d4. f4 is also pretty weak. Can we go like queen f5 to win the pawn? Knight h4, so we are not yet winning the pawn. I think I should go with the move d5. Feels so good to play the move d5. Of course, also b5 is very good here. So we have two different options to continue. To play knight e6 also looks interesting. We are attacking the pawn on f4, and in case white defends, we push d5. Yeah, also this is looking like a good move. Knight on e6. Many good options. Again, we have this kind of choice problem. What should we choose here? maybe knight e6 is immediately crushing the play of white because pawn is hanging and theoretically d4 is going to be weak. So next we would like to play the move d5, but immediately the move d5 also was a good idea. This both options looked quite good, yeah. All right. Let me read the chat for a second. Solomon Dutch defense, and before let me read. So some questions in the chat that I have missed. Let me see. By the way, for all of those of you who are members, we have emojis. You're capable to sending emojis once you're a member. I don't know why no one is sending emojis except I Play Chess with emojis. I think I Play Chess was the first to use the emojis. We have the VChess Panda emojis. I think quite cool. I don't know why you're not using them. Queen on d2, d5. As we promised, here comes a move d5. As we said, it is a way to play. So the knight is under attack. In case of CD, we're gonna play queen takes d5. I see an emoji by Moro, but this is not our emoji. I Play Chess has the right panda emojis. So Santos, yeah, you've been right. Queen f5, queen e4, yeah, of course, queen e4, you're right. Santos is completely right. Knight h4, queen e4. I completely missed that the knight is hanging, yeah. I focused too much on the pawn, yeah. Santos, you are completely correct. So, let's go. Queen takes d5. We try to win the game. Knight on c3. Now, we have the second chance of winning the pawn. Let's take it, I think. Let's win the pawn on b3. d4 still pretty bad, so we will be able maybe to play the move rook to d8 somewhere. We can win another pawn now on a3. Why is our opponent gifting us all his material? I'm not sure, so let me take. Next, let's bring the rook. I like so much to play the moves like rook f d8 almost without thinking, because we are putting our pieces to the center, and that's it. So, knight on b5, defending the pawn on d4, attacking our queen. Good idea, but I think we have this queen a6 now, and the rook is in trouble. If the rook takes the pawn, we're gonna take the knight. So maybe it is already game over because the rook is under attack and there is no way, I think, to defend the rook. So it is going to be a winning position for black now. That's it. That's it from the current game, in my opinion. We are going to win the current game. Now our opponent is giving us a full piece. We're taking it with a thank you. So let's now just take on d4. The next idea is, okay, everything is winning. Let's simply change the queen so we don't need to rush very much. Improve the position of the pieces and win the game. So let's give a check. Next we're gonna play the move h5. King is sort of trapped. Next we need to this knight from e6 to g4. And the game is going to be over, so it should be not very difficult to manage. Again, we are not in a rush, we can enjoy the current position. As you can see, it's a very slow play by black, because we have no rush. No rush here, knight is getting to f3, or we have knight f5, knight h6, knight g4 with resignation. We can choose how to win the current position, check. Let's go with the move e6, no rush here whatsoever. Now, as we said, knight on f5, look at this, and it is game over. So we are executing our winning idea. It looks like we have little time on the clock, 2 minutes, but actually it is completely enough because we know exactly what we are doing, so we don't need much time. Knight gets to g4, and this is gonna be a checkmate on h2. So that's it. The game is done. g4. Our opponent is fighting like a lion, but well, it's a bit too late to fight here. We are winning the pawn on g4. Now let's give a simple check. Let's we can also, by the way, play the move knight f5, so he has to give the rook. Now let's take with a g pawn. And where's checkmate? There should be some kind of forced checkmate, because if I play rook h2, there is still no forced checkmate. How to checkmate the guy by force? I don't see a forced checkmate. Okay, let's go with the move g3. So we are promoting into a queen next. And that's it. Okay, we won the game. Let's go immediately with the next one. So in case you're enjoying my comments, in case you're enjoying the games, please like and subscribe to VChess. We have educational chess content here. So in case you have some chess questions, please do ask them in the chat. Who is new here on the channel? In case I see a question, I will be answering your questions, as well as we have very many good people in the chat. So Solomon, I cannot play f5. I wanted to play the Dutch d4 f5, but how to play the Dutch in case we have f4 here? So we are now playing against the Dutch. We got tricked. We wanted to play the Dutch, but we cannot. We have to play something else. All right. Another bird opening by Reese. Yeah. Okay, this kind of f4 stuff. I don't know why people play it, because it feels like you're playing the Dutch or Stonewall reversed, but it is just also quite difficult to play, in my opinion, with white. So it's not like an easy play with white. It's not something that is like super easy. You do your moves. I don't know why people play this kind of stuff with white. Okay, now we have bishop takes immediately on c6. We can take with a pawn, we can take with a b pawn, d pawn, doesn't matter. Let's go with a b pawn, because we would like to keep our pieces in the center. d3. Idea will be probably for white to be very, very safe here. Maybe let's go with the move rook b8, just to irritate white a little bit, because let's see how he's going to defend against the move bishop takes b2. Is there a defense? c3. Ooh, look at this structure. I don't think it is a great structure. Maybe we can also go like c4 immediately to break the pawn structure of white, but maybe bishop a6. I like the move bishop a6, by the way, because now the d3 pawn is so weak. There is no more knight on d2. Sorry, not pawn, obviously. Knight on d2. So I think black is having beautiful position here. Knight tries to get back into the game over c4. All right, let's develop the pieces. Let's short castle, short castle. The pawn on d3 is under permanent attack. I think black is just doing better in the current position. Rook on b1. Very passive play. I'm not sure what is the idea of rook on b1. Maybe to play something like b3, but then we have the move knight on d5, so I don't know. I don't know what is the idea of move rook on b1. We have to develop our queen somewhere. Queen on a5, quite active. We can also play simple move d6. Always good to have the pawn on d6. So let's develop a plan here. It's time to take some good plan. What could be a good plan? Also to play d5. Looks nice because, yes, the knight on a3 is going to be blocked. There is some kind of knight on e5 move, but it's not very dangerous because we're going to play knight on d7 and we just get rid of the knight. So maybe even to play d5 is looking very good here. So d5, knight on e5, we're gonna play queen c7, defending pawn, and then we're gonna play the move knight on d7. Looks like a nice position. On the other hand, we give him this kind of knight e5 opportunity, and I'm sure he's waiting to play it, so maybe let's go first queen c7. Some positional play here. Queen c7, we are getting ready eventually to play the move d5, so we're defending the pawn on c6. Maybe we're gonna play the move d6 and e5, so we are very, very flexible here. Let me read the chat. In the VChess app, there is a bug, I think. After some play, my account was gone. Wow, Santos, what happened? Your account is gone. You mean you cannot log in? Maybe you forgot the password. I don't know. It's good that you say that. I will double check, but we never experienced this problem in the app that the account is gone. Maybe your password is eventually, you changed it, or... But I don't know. He just resigns. What is this? What is this? Our opponent is resigning. Like, why? Why is he resigning? I don't understand that. The game has just begun and already resignation. I don't understand that. Okay, maybe he doesn't like to play me for some reason, but alright. Okay, we could do nothing, so let's start a new game. Yeah, quite strange. What to do? Let's go with the next game immediately. The best move is to resign my gambit, my legacy. Well, somehow, yeah. So we have the move e4. Let's go with the Caro-Kann opening. E4, c6. Still no Dutch for Solomon. Solomon, you're just very unlucky today. Before I forgot to play the Dutch, and now just a bad luck. I remember, but we don't have the option of playing the Dutch. Yeah. H4. Now let's go with the move a6. I like this move a6. Computers don't like it so much, but there are even many games on the top level with the move a6. The idea, we are waiting for the move g4 to happen. Now we go back, and we would like to play this move h5. This is the idea. We are breaking the pawn structure of white. f4 is not a good move, because now we have this f5. Wow. We play against a crazy aggression. Our opponent just wants to destroy us. Is it possible to win against us like f4, f5? Idea, in case I take, there is e6. In case I take, there is queen takes g4. Almost a checkmate, by the way. Luckily, of course, we have like queen a5, queen c7, and so on, but not so easy, so maybe I should go with the move e6 here. Or I can take and then play the move bishop c8, but this feels a bit weird to move the bishop to c8. I don't think it is the best, so let's go with the move e6. Not to get checkmated, but what a kind of aggression. Our opponent is, yeah, he just wants to crush us immediately. Somehow we survived this kind of berserk attack. Now, let's get the pieces out. Knight e7, very normal. The knight is getting to f5 eventually. First, bishop to g4. So, we would like to get this g6, bishop g4, and bishop f5. Bishop on e2. Again, aggression against the pawn on h5. Each move he does, he's attacking something. Incredibly aggressive player. Really, spectacularly aggressive player. Maybe we can give him now the pawn on h5 because we play this knight on g3. Attacking the bishop and attacking the rook, so this is fine. Let's put the knight on f5. At the moment, pawn cannot be taken, and maybe we would like to play the move knight on g3, or proceed with a typical Caro-Kann idea, and it is to play the move c5. So we choose what we didn't do next. Let's see. We have the move bishop on f4. Defending from the move knight on g3. So now we can be also aggressive with the move c5. we can be aggressive with a move queen on b6, maybe winning the pawn on b2. I think not a bad idea. Queen b6, attacking the pawn on b2, attacking the pawn on d4. So, is there a defense for white? I think no easy defense. Yes, it's very important. It's very important to be calm once you are getting attacked, just to stay calm couple of moves, because attack has couple of waves, and the most dangerous wave is usually the first wave. There are many people that are very strong in the first wave of the attack, so they're pushing, 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 and once you find the way to defend, then suddenly there is nothing. So very important to survive the first wave of your opponent's attack, and to do that it's important to stay calm. So you know that you need to do 2-3 good moves and you will be fine. Yes, we all do sometimes panic, but usually try to stay very, very calm when this kind of first wave of attack is rolling. Bishop takes h5. We play the most aggressive guy I think we have ever played, because no mercy, literally no mercy. He's just pushing forward every move he does, but I think we can take now the pawn on b2. And now we have a winning continuation here, but we have so many winning continuations. It's not even fair to push here the F button, because there are too many moves that are winning the game. I think we can choose from different options. The easiest option is, because the rook on a1 is under attack, we can take here on h5. The rook will be going to b1. We're gonna take on d4, attacking the bishop on f4. And in case of knight e2, we have a random move, because the rook on h5 will be no more hanging. So this is an easy win. Obviously, to take on d4 with a knight is also an easy win, because there is knight takes c2 next. So we have a lot of different winning continuations here. Which one to choose? I don't know. We are doing just so well. Maybe let's take the bishop, because it's just a forced continuation. In case queen takes, we're gonna take the rook. In case the rook on b1, we're gonna take the pawn. So pretty straightforward calculation here. We take the pawn on d4, and yes, the game is done. So let's see what we have in the chat. Now I will be taking the bishop next. Let's take the bishop. Just a second, please. Knight on e2, attacking our queen, but every move of our opponent is attack to something. This is incredible. I think really every move he does, he's attacking something. This is just like wild aggression on the chessboard. Not bad. Okay, let's collect a couple of pawns. But it's amazingly aggressive player. Every move he does is literally attacking something, eating something, or he would like to give me checkmate, give me check. Unbelievable, really. This is happening so rarely that we are playing against someone who, with this kind of level of aggression. Luckily, we're doing too well. Okay, we have the move g6. Literally every move is a move forward. Every move. Unbelievable. Every move is just forward. Let's play a funny move here as well. Let's do long castle, just for fun. So he does this kind of aggressive funny moves, and we are also playing this long castle. Is it needed? No, it is not, but it's beautiful. So let's play this beautiful move. Long castle. Very unexpected. Next, maybe knight f6. So it is our time to be aggressive. Or we're gonna just develop the bishop, which is also looking very good. So I don't know what is better here. I think knight f6 is looking pretty decent. We are attacking the queen on h5, and next we can go for an endgame. We can go for some checkmates here. King is relatively safe on c8. There is nothing around that can attack the king on c8, so we are doing obviously here very, very good. It is a winning position. By the way, for the next game, because every stream I said I'm playing against one of you, against the biggest supporters of the VChess community, and definitely I Play Chess is the biggest, one of the biggest supporters of our VChess family. So I Play Chess, in case you are here, let's play the next game, 10 minutes. So let's see if I Play Chess is still here, and let's continue with the current game. So we have queen on g5. How can we win the game here? It looks like it should be completely winning, but it is still not over. So let's go maybe how to win the game. Maybe let's first just take the pawn, because it's annoying to have this pawn on g6. So let's take the pawn. Our opponent, of course, takes the pawn because every move he does is taking something. One of the most aggressive guys we ever faced. This is incredible. Now, not so easy, by the way, to give a checkmate, because it looks like completely winning. Of course, I can go knight d4, and then we have the pressure here, but then he goes queen d3, and we go for endgame. It is easily winning endgame, so maybe let's go for this kind of endgame. Knight on d4. Let me read the chat. I Play Chess, you are here. In case you are here, please write something to the chat so I see that you are here. The next game is against I Play Chess, in case I Play Chess, of course, wants to play, and I Play Chess is still here. In case I Play Chess is not here, then the next game is gonna be against Reese. Reese against you. Reese also supports always the channel. So let's see if I Play Chess is with us. If not, maybe Reese, you are here, so we can play the game in case you want, of course. So king on g3. Let's give another check here. Bishop pair is too strong to survive against the bishop pair. Very difficult because bishop pair is controlling all the board, so to survive in the current position almost impossible. Let's get a little bit closer to the white king, and it should be quite easily winning. Still not a checkmate, but we should be able to win during the next couple of moves, I guess. We have advice here in the chat. Sir, play tactical chess. I think when you're playing a chess game, you have to think to be like water. So if you can attack, if you cannot defend, just to focus on tactical chess is not the way the chess game is played. You cannot focus on just one thing. This is not gonna work. What do we... Unbelievable, he's attacking again. No, but this opponent, I like him so much. This is great guy. I mean, just forward. There is only one way to play chess, and it is just to play forward. Attack, 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 attack. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, but a cool player. I like it very much, the way he plays. So let us also attack. We are sacrificing now the pawn on c6 because we're gonna play king d7, attacking the rook, and then we have this rook e2. Checkmate is coming, but I absolutely love our opponent. Every move is attack. Probably, I don't know how old is the guy. try for yourself to guess the age of this guy. What do you think? How old is our current opponent? Because he is so aggressive. I think we're playing against the most aggressive opponent we ever faced. Yes, maybe he's not the best opponent we ever faced, but he is so aggressive. Every move is pure aggression. 100% aggression. Rook on e2 check. Now he has to defend, which is not the best thing he does, I think. So maybe we're able to give here a checkmate. How to give a checkmate? We have to get the bishop here and the knight here. This would be a checkmate. So not so easy to give a checkmate, by the way, instantly. So let's put first the king on c7, then we're gonna play bishop on f4, then bishop on f3, knight on g3, and it's gonna be a checkmate. All right, we have a plan. Let's execute the plan of a checkmate. We go first. By the way, no, okay, it's okay. Bishop on f4, bishop on e3, and knight on g3. This would be a checkmate. I think the game is going to be over soon. Nice comment, by the way, by Solomon. Yeah, maybe you are correct. Simon Williams been also very aggressive. Yeah, I remember Simon. I played him also. Simon, very good guy. And the aggression of Simon was also unstoppable. Yeah, he was just pushing forward. Actually, this is why he never became extremely good, because he was a very talented player. I think he could have become a really good player, but because of his ultra aggression, he was suffering, sometimes winning beautiful games, but it's difficult to be ultra aggressive all the time. All right, so Reese, what is your account? Because I don't see I Play Chess in the chat. Maybe I Play Chess already left us. That's pity. The next in the line is Reese. Reese, please tell me what is your account name. I forgot, it was Reese, I think. In case it is Reese, just challenge me. 10-minute game. How do we play against third rank and second rank defense in queen versus rook endgame? Well, you have a table base for that, because there is no defense in queen versus rook. Only engines can defend. As a human, it is almost impossible to defend. So this is the way it goes. So, Reese, I think I Play Chess is not here with us. So, Reese, I see your challenge. Let's go with the Reese. Reese, please turn off the sound so you don't listen to my comments. I think like this, it is more fair. Let's go with the next game against Reese. Big VChess supporter, Reese. Reese Gambit is the name. Now we have the move d4. Before I forget, Solomon, let's go. f5, we have the Dutch. We have the Dutch. Almost moved knight f6. Because my hand was going there. Not used to play the move f5. So, which line of the Dutch do you want me to play, Solomon? Because this move bishop on g5, it doesn't give me the opportunity for the normal Dutch. Here are two moves. It is a move d5 and it is a move g6. So, we choose d5 or g6. Solomon, what do you want? What do you want? Solomon, g3. No, g6 you mean. Okay, let's go with the move g6. But it is not exactly a normal Dutch, yeah, because we have the bishop here on g5. So this is this very aggressive opening by white to play the move knight on c3 with the idea to play e4, for example, next. Very interesting also opening by white. Bishop on g7, we get the bishop here. And we will see a crazy game, because this line with e4 is just so aggressive. And that's why it's very interesting. So it can be good, it can be bad. This game is going to be crazy, in my opinion. So let's go also with a crazy move fc5, I think, because we have to give a fight. We have to give a fight to Reese. Reese wants to play tough chess. We give her tough chess. So let's see. I see a comment. I started chess around 1 year ago, and I'm 2100 in my positional chess and understanding and is good and natural. But the only aspect I lack is opening. I cannot punish bad openings by my opponent. Your story seems to be a bit suspicious, to be honest, because in 1 year to get from 0 to 1 is almost impossible. So I don't know, man. In case you can go in 1 year from 0 to 2100, this is faster than Magnus Carlsen, this is faster than Firuza, this is faster than Caruana. I don't know how you did it. In case you can do things like that, just continue doing whatever you're doing. You seem to be on a great way. Knight on f3, we have crazy game, so let's take on d4. We are trying to attack the center, so this is the idea of the Dutch, to be very, very aggressive here with a bishop on g7. We maybe can take now the pawn on e4. Let's take the pawn, because otherwise I think white is gonna take the pawn. We have also knight on c6 idea, which looks not so bad, but maybe let's take first the pawn on e4. Position is crazy. This is a crazy position. I don't know who is doing better here. Maybe white, maybe black. We will be trying to be now strong in the center. So for example, the knight takes. I think we have also queen i5 check, which is looking very interesting. So I don't know, queen i5 check, or to play the move d5. White will be very aggressive here because white has better development. So the game is insane. So risky. Dutch is so risky because one bad move and boom, we are gone. We have to play very good chess now with the black pieces here. One bad move might be just leading to almost a lost position for black here, because we have this kind of underdevelopment. So we have queen b6, we have queen a5, and we have the move d5. What to play? Because the next move of white might be knight on d6 check. So we have to defend from this. We have queen b6. We have d5, we have queen a5 check. Actually, tricky move, queen a5. In case of bishop on d2, we have another very tricky move, queen to e5, and we will be attacking both knights. So, in case of queen to a5, what could be the next move for res? I don't know, maybe c3. How can we attack the knight? There is something like queen on e5, but I'm a little bit scared to play moves like this. Zero development for black. Feels too scary. It feels that I'm not doing the right thing. So I don't think I'm gonna go for it, because it feels like, no, this is not the way to play here. Queen on b6 looks more natural. There's some kind of knight on b5 idea and bishop on e3, but this is a fight. This is not looking easy. Maybe still the move d5 is the one I should play, but I'm a little bit scared of this bishop b5 check. Not easy. Not an easy position at all here. This is what I've been saying, that it's so risky to play the Dutch opening, because always under pressure. Always under pressure. Maybe I should go with the move queen on b6. It feels more natural, but I'm afraid of this knight on b5 and sacrifices everywhere. Oh, Solomon. We are getting crushed maybe here. What should I do? d5, bishop b5 checks. So unpleasant, because if I go bishop d7, there might be this knight e6 and might be very bad. Okay, let's play the move queen a5. Let's give a check. We have to get out with our pieces. Next, I'm gonna play the move knight on c6. Yes, c3, good move by res. And I will play the move knight c6. I have to get out. I have to get out with my pieces. Knight on c6. I tried to change a couple of pieces of weight not to get checkmated. So, knight on c6. In case black is not getting checkmated, black will be doing fine. But the problem is, yeah, in case we get checkmated, this would be bad news here. So, let's go, let's go. The game is crazy. So, let's see what happens next. take, we're gonna take. One piece been changed, and these are good news for every Dutch player, so the chance of getting checkmated is getting less. With every exchange we have on the board, still position is very interesting here. We might still get checkmated. Let's see what happens next. If we are not getting checkmated, I think I'm gonna play the move d5, followed by the move knight f6, followed by the short castle. So in case we manage to get out the pieces, maybe black is gonna be fine, but the question remains, will we manage to get out the pieces? We have also idea of playing bishop on a6, but this is something I don't like, because we keep here bishop g7, knight on g8, very passive. So I don't think it is the best. I don't think it is the best. Let's see, let's see, let's see. So the question is, could I have pinned here? Yes, I could, but the problem is that there is bishop d3, and in case I go d5, there is, for example, knight on f3, or there is, for example, f4 move attacking the queen. I don't think I could have won the piece. I don't think it was working. Yes, I saw it, but I could do that instead of c3, bishop b2, but bishop d2. But now, no, I don't think I could do that. So it was not working. This is my feeling, that I could not have won the game with it. Let's now maybe pin the knight. Now it looks more normal, but the problem is this bishop d3, and to play d5, I don't know. I don't know if this is a good idea. Again, maybe here we might be winning the knight, but we might get also completely crushed. To play with the king on e8, it's always so dangerous. Not sure. I'm really not sure if this is the best idea. I think we should go with the move d5. I feel like should be a good move here. d5, and it is positionally correct to play the move d5. Yes, we can play here queen on e5. First of all, there is queen e3, but even if there is no queen to e3, not 100% sure. So let's go with the move d5. We get rid of this knight on e4, a very nasty knight. And I think I have a good idea with the black pieces what we're going to play next. Let's see, let's see. Let's see what happens next. I think Solomon is quite happy. We're not getting mated yet. So now I think good move here, rook on b8. Beautiful move, because we are getting the rook into the game, and we have a nasty threat, and the next move of black could be very, very unpleasant to white. I will not tell you yet what is my plan, because maybe we have the chance of pushing the F button. b4, no, we had no chance. The idea was to take on b2 and to take on c3, so we had this beautiful threat. Didn't work out. With a queen, passive queen, but attacking the pawn on c3. Looks good. Let's go with the move queen on a3. Bishop from g7. Very good bishop. So I think slowly we are eventually getting into more or less a normal position. Before it was a very dangerous position for black, I think, but now we are doing okay, in my opinion. So let's develop the pieces. Knight f6. We are almost finishing our development, after which we'll have the center. So it might be a good position even. Next, short castle. Next is the move e5 to cover the center, and bishop d3. Good move by Rees. Just developing is the right choice. So short castle. Next is the move e5, but then there is this bishop c2 somewhere. So we have to be a little bit careful with the move bishop c2. We have queen a2, but it looks like on the limit. Still, I think to play the move e5 is the right choice, because we are covering the center. Chess is a game just 8 times 8, so in case you are controlling the center, usually you are in the driver's seat. Let's go the move e5. Let me read the chat. What do we have? So, f3. We have to play now a little bit quicker. Reese is up on time on us. No more e4. Maybe we can play a move like a5, but feels a little bit risky. I believe I should change the bishop from c8 because this is not a great bishop here. So let me try to change the bishop. Looks logical. Next we're gonna change the bishop and okay, we change like that. And next is rook e8. So again, we are bringing all our pieces into the game before we are doing something. I might have now slight advantage here with the black pieces because we are controlling the squares. So I think we're not doing much better here, but maybe we're doing a little bit better. We are getting ready for queen c4 and then eventually e4 in a good moment. Still, we have to show patience here. Position is just slightly better eventually because of the beta structure. So not much at all. It is a big fight. Reese is playing an excellent game. I think maybe she did some small mistake with the move queen on d2 because it feels like queen on d2 maybe a bit too slow, but all in all, good game by Reese. Big fight. We've been lucky to survive all this trouble on the first moves because Dutch is just so risky. Such a risky opening for black, but Solomon seems to be a big fan of it. Solomon, risky guy. So, endgame. Endgame. It's gonna be a slightly better endgame for black. Should we go for endgame or should we play more aggressively? We have to make the choice. Endgame, no endgame? I don't know what is best. Maybe let's play no endgame. But where to put the queen? Queen back or a queen to a3, more aggressive. I think more aggressive is the right approach now, so let's go with the move queen a3. Endgame is okay, but endgame is gonna be so difficult to win for black. I think we need to keep the queens on the board to try to push this e4 or d4, so we're aiming for something more than an endgame. Also a5 might be a good move somewhere. Let's see what happens next. We will decide spontaneously. It's very difficult to predict because so many different options for white and for black. I think idea e4 should be correct because we get the bishop on g7 looking towards the c3 pawn, and this is the main. Just imagine you have somewhere bishop endgame, and this bishop endgame is going to be much better for black because we will be aiming towards the c3 pawn. Knight on f1. This is giving us this e4 possibility. Anyway, we would like to play the move e4, so of course we go now with the move e4 and we put the knight fe. This is a mistake. This is a mistake because now we have the option of knight takes e4. Look at this beautiful knight. Attacking the bishop on g5, attacking the pawn on c3. Too many things simultaneously. Fe, serious error. So knight f1, not the best, but fe to allow me to get this knight e4. That's pity for Reese because it was a good game and the position been far from easy, but fe is a mistake. Now with the knight on e4, very difficult to fight here for white. Queen on g4 defending the bishop, but the c3 pawn is going to fall. Maybe I can play first the move h5, very useful. We are attacking the queen, let's see where the queen goes. And next we will be starting collecting the pawns here on c3, b4, a2, everything is going to fall. So objectively speaking, position probably is just winning for black. There might be still some tricks, so we have to be careful. Let's maybe take the pawn because we have the knight e2 idea with a fork. A bit pity to move the knight away from e4, but we are winning the pawn. Next, we might be winning the pawn on a2, or we're gonna fork, so let's see what Reese is going to play next. The position of white is just very, very bad now because of this mistake. F takes e4. Chess is a brutal game. Chess is a very brutal game. You do one mistake and yeah, the game might be over. Even small mistake sometimes is enough to lose. And in case you want to win, it feels like you need to play very good game. It feels like you need to put much more effort to win the game than to blunder something. Very strange. All right, let's continue. So let's just change the pair of rooks. Next, I'm gonna take the pawn on a2. Let's take the pawn. There are no checks, no nothing. Next, we're gonna go back with a knight on e4. So we are having 2 pawns up plus this beautiful knight on e4. Next, it should be enough to win the game. Maybe white can fight somehow, but it doesn't look like that. So there's bishop e7, just simple move, rook f7, king h7. All the black pieces are well positioned. There are no threats, at least no immediate threats. To get the rook to the 7th rank should be a very difficult task because we can take problems on the 1st rank. So it seems to be almost over here in the current game against Reese. Good fight, interesting game. Crazy opening, d4 f5, bishop g5, one of the most aggressive approaches by white in this knight c3. e4, we played c5, so very, very crazy game. Very, very crazy game. It was a big fight, and now knight on e3. Reese is trying to get out with a knight. Can we somehow make use out of the 1st rank? I think not yet. So let's put just the knight to a beautiful position on e4. What a monster. It's not a knight, it is a beast on e4. So we play beast to e4. And very little time as well for Reese. What to do, what to do. It was a good fight. In the end, we are very close to win the game. Bishop on e7, attacking the rook. But I think we are just playing calm, rook f7, just to keep the things very softly here, very safe. And g4, last attack by Reese. The king is obviously now very, very open, so black is having a lot of different ways to finish the game. I think the most simple way to win here is just to play the move queen on f2, because we're aiming for the bishop on e7, no more, nothing here, and yeah. Also, no time for Reese. Alright, big fight, good fight by Reese. This f takes e4, this was a mistake, but all in all, good fight. Excellent fight. We have strong people watching us in VChess family. Excellent chess players, good to see that. Also yesterday, Heidi BM had a good fight. Before that, Solomon, yeah, and also I Play Chess, of course. By the way, I Play Chess still with us, or sometimes I Play Chess is here, sometimes I Play Chess is not here, so it's always I Play Chess, not here, not here. Yes, Reese, you made this knight f1 and take e4. There's been the mistakes. So, the question in the chat, can I review the game? Sorry, we're not reviewing games because I'm commenting already so much on the game, so there is no need to review. I think, of course, we can always review, but there is no reason. And again, please, on this channel, please only English. I would ask you, only English. No other languages, only English. Let's stay fair to everyone. So just English, please. So it's fair to everyone. All right, let's go with the next 10-minute game. Reese fought very, very well. Good fight, Reese. Let me read what we have in the chat. Hi, I want to play, sir. Well, we have a rule here on our channel. Be a VChess supporter, stay with us, help us to build the community. Then I'm playing against those who are our supporters, obviously. Just to ask for the game makes no sense because then we lose the educational content, and this is, yeah, then there's no meaning in the channel. All right, what else do we have? So, by the way, another question. Maybe Sai is here. Sai, yesterday you said you're gonna make maybe an account. I don't know if Sai is today with us, because yesterday Sai had no account to play on chess.com. Maybe today Sai is is here and eventually has an account. Not sure. Okay. I don't see nothing from Sai. Let's go with the French defense. This is the normal line of the French defense. Very typical line here. It might be slightly better for white. Let's focus on the game. Short castle, this is normal. Next is the move knight on f3. The idea for white here is to play against the pawn on e6. The idea for black is to be quickly in the development. So this is normal. This is still all theory. Knight on f3. And black is usually castling short side. Queen on c7. Yes, this move also is not so bad. Now bishop on g5. The idea bishop g5 is bishop on h4 followed by the move bishop g3. So it's extremely important that we change the bishop on d6 in case we can. I can go immediately with the move bishop h4, which is normal, or to play rook on c1, which also puts some pressure here on the c file. h6, he's asking me now to play the move bishop h4. I don't think h6 is a great idea. It makes the light squares pretty weak. So in theory we'll have this bishop on b1 and queen on d3 idea. So we are playing nicely on the squares. I can also take the knight. Also, this is looking like a slightly better position for white, I would say, but why not to play the move bishop h4 and bishop g3? This is one of our main ideas, to change the bishop on d6. We will be controlling the dark squares, and obviously controlling the dark squares, it gives us nice advantage. Alright guys, what do we have, guys, boys and girls? What do we have in the chat? In case you have some great ideas, by the way, please propose us your ideas via email. We are happy to hear your opinions. We're happy to hear your suggestions, what we should do better on the chess. We're trying to build a nice chess community. So please suggest us something. An email takes 10 minutes. Maybe your idea is something fantastic. So write us your ideas. In case it is regarding IT, we have a team. In case it is regarding chess coaching, streaming, whatever you think, give us your opinion. And thank you very much in advance for that. In case you have some great idea, because you are a chess enthusiast, so you might have great ideas. We'll try to execute them, and of course we will be listening to your ideas very seriously. Bishop on b1, queen on d3, this is what we've been talking about. The move h6, the weakness of the move h6 is that the light squares are getting open. So usually the pawn is on h7, and then we can play the move g6. Now g6 is not available, so you see what our opponent is trying to do. He tries to play bishop e8 and plays the move g6, but it looks so ugly. This is just so ugly to defend with a bishop from e8 to play g6. It cannot work. This is impossible that this is a good idea. So g5, wow. What can I say about the move g5 except wow? Because if this is a good move, then we have to rethink everything we know about chess, because king is now so open here. That's why I believe I should get chances to go forward. Let's go the move knight e5 followed by the move f4. So we attack immediately. We feel the weakness and we go for the weakness, and it is a king on g8. So yeah, this is the way it goes. Let me read. What is my favorite opening for white and black? All my life in classical chess, I usually played the first move e4. So I was an e4 player. My favorite opening, I don't know. I think with black maybe Berlin, with white Sicilian, I would say. Something like that. Queen on g7, now f4. So we're executing the idea that we had. Beautiful queen d3, bishop on b1. We are controlling that diagonal. We are trying to open the position because we try to push against the king on g8. Next, maybe even something like g4, knight g3, knight h5 somewhere. Not immediately, but somewhere. Also, we might be sacrificing exchange. I just wanted to say that this exchange sacrifice might work. But we have the move knight on b4. I don't understand very much what is the idea of the move knight on b4. Because we can simply go back, and then I think the best move for black is to go back. So hard to understand the move knight on b4. I don't know what is the move, so let me just go back. And maybe we will be able to understand why it is so great to play the move knight on b4. Or maybe it was just a mistake. Let's see. What happens next? Knight is up. No, he just goes back, so yeah, this was obviously not the best decision ever for black. Idea is to play bishop g6 to change the bishops. Yes, I can see that, but all of this is looking already very suspicious. I can also take the pawn on g5, trying to give a checkmate because the king is way too open. But after taking, queen takes, I have to make sort of calculation. So I think we might be able to win the game without making any major calculations here because we're just doing so well. There is no reason to take any kind of risk, in my opinion. So we can go with the move g4, avoiding this kind of bishop g6 because we're going to have the move f5, g4 take, we're going to take with a knight, there is some kind of bishop f7. Again, it is sort of little bit of fighting. I would like to win the current game without giving my opponent any kind of chances. I think it is or fg, and then we go for the checkmate. This is not a bad idea to play fg and straight go for the checkmate. I believe we have good chances to deliver the checkmate. Idea number one. Idea number two is to play the move b4, so very positional win. We have the idea b5 and to get the knight on d4. Also, this is looking very good for white, so we have to decide positional play b4 or we go for the checkmate idea. I don't know what is a better play. Personally, I believe safe play is the better play, so I play the move b4. Maybe it is just my feeling, maybe it is because I have been a professional chess player, so we always try to be safety first. So you try to control the game, and in case you are doing better, just to let your opponent suffer as much as he can, so you're not giving him any kind of obvious counter chances. This is why fg, queen g5, yes, it might be winning, I agree, the king is very unprotected there, but in case I'm not winning, then my pawn on e5 is gonna be just weak, so there might be some counter chances. Now, I think we go with the move a4 probably, or we can also go knight on d4. So this is looking like a very nice position, but I think a4 is not a bad move because b5 is a threat. Then we would like to get the knight on d4, bishop on g6. I think I can take the pawn, but maybe not so easy. So let's go with the move b5. I think b5 looks good. So take, we get the knight on d4, monster knight. I think we are having quite a big advantage here, but black is playing well. He's defending very well. We're not winning yet. It should be a much better position, but not winning yet. Let's calculate. Knight a5, we're gonna take on g5. Take on b1. Maybe we can take on h6. Looks very close to be winning. Very, very close to be winning. But as well, knight on d4 is looking like a must-play move, no? So we play the move knight on d4, because not to play knight on d4, I would just feel bad. Not to play knight to the middle of the board, attacking the pawn on e6, it would just feel horrible. So I just play a move. Otherwise, I would have the feeling that, yeah, I should change my profession. So knight d4 been played. We try to get the pawn. We try to get the pawn on g5, then knight on a5. It's a beautiful knight, but still black needs to lose one move to get knight on c4. King on g1. Safety. Excellent. King on g8 is open. So at some moment, I believe, the position of black is going to fall apart. You cannot keep a position like that forever. something is gonna happen and then you will be losing, because at some moment it will be not possible to defend everything at once. Now already it's not easy for black. 96, knight is under attack on a5. In case of knight on c4, we have positional moves, but I think I can just take, and to take on e6 looks like a winning position. We're winning the pawn on e6, then we take the rook on f8, so rook to e8 been played. Well, I think the next move, or f5 or fg, one of those, or maybe to take on g6, then to play the move f5, but then the question is why not to play immediately the move f5. So we have f5, looks like a very good position for white, maybe almost winning. In case we take fg, what is the defense for black? No idea what is the defense for black, but it seems f5 very strong. f5 looks like just game over in my opinion. I don't know what is the idea for black to fight on, but I also don't know what happens after fg. This is the thing, that fg looks like game over as well. We take how to defend the position after fg. I don't know, maybe fg just wins the game, no? In one move. Or it's not a win yet. Let's double check, because we still have a little bit of time on the clock, so let's double check. I think it looks very good to play fg. Okay, let's go. Let's go with the move fg. I don't see a defense for black. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't see the way black can defend in the current position. I thought that I can take here the pawn on h6. What happens in case I take? I don't know. So let me take the pawn. Is it the way to play? Let's think. Yeah, I think so. Let's take the pawn. And where is the defense for black? Because the bishop, I can take the bishop any time I like. So for example, now I can take the bishop. There is some kind of knight on c4 coming with a tempo in this endgame. Yeah, it should be a winning position for white. But it feels like that I should give some kind of forced checkmate. Maybe first to play knight on f3 so we don't change the queens next. But of course, to change the queens is not a big problem here. So should we change the queens or no change of queens? Both seems to be winning. Difficult to say what is better. I think maybe let's just take the bishop, because it feels to be easily winning. Knight on f3 also felt easily winning. So the queen goes here. I think there's nothing else for black than to change the queens, because what else? What else can be played with the black pieces? I don't know what else. I think it's sort of forced. And we have this kind of endgame that should be not very difficult to win. Of course, little time, yes, and time travel, everything can happen. But objectively speaking, this position should be winning. Also, we can just play the move rook e1, trying to win the pawn on e6 directly. Alright. And let's see, of course, what happens. Queen g5, very surprising move, because I think it should be a checkmate very soon here. Let's go maybe with the move h7 first, or rook on e1. Both is looking winning again. Too many winning options, it makes you dizzy. I think it should be checkmate, so let's go with the move rook e1. Now we have this knight e6 and queen takes d5 idea, for example. He can take the pawn, but we should be able to give a checkmate. I don't believe in positions with an open king and we're attacking with all our pieces. We have knight e6, knight f5 ideas. Let's go first with the move rook f4, because it is just a straight checkmate. Position of black is so shaky. Knight e6, rook g4 ideas. How to avoid everything at once. Usually it is not possible, so we are very close to win the game. I have to be a little bit careful with the time, but the rest is looking very positive here. Rook on g4 is coming, so the long-term plan that the king of black is not in best shape, I think it was correct. It was correct. So we're doing now very, very well. Rook on a3. Nice defense by our opponent. By the way, he plays extremely well. Now let's give the check on g4. Rook a3. What a move. Nice. Nice play by our opponent. He's fighting. He's fighting like a lion. Still, I believe we should be able to win the game. Too many things here under attack of black. So I think king h8 is sort of forced because there is nothing else. I'm a little bit surprised that he is thinking in the current position because I don't see another way of playing except king h8, yes, and now we go queen d1. So we have the move for rook h4 next. Is there a defense against the rook on h4? It doesn't seem like that because we can also bring another rook to join the attack. So too many pieces in the attack. Knight goes to e3. Oh wow, I thought I have this, but the rook is falling. Wow, knight on e3 is working. What a blunder by me. What a blunder by me. And now we're just lost. But how he does all these tricks here. Amazing. We are losing now. No, what a blunder. I have to play rook h4, I think. There's nothing else. What a move. Knight e3 out of nowhere. Maybe we're still winning. Or we're losing, I don't know. Because queen h4, there is this rook takes e3. But what a miss by me. Knight e3, of course, I missed it. This is ridiculous to miss, but maybe we're still winning. Because the queen is under attack, but he's fighting so well. So well. Check. Check on g6, I think. Yes. We are finally winning the game, but almost heart attack seeing the knight e3 move. Luckily we had this nice tactics still available, but on the limit, I would say. There should be no perpetual check here. So just in case I gave some checks. Now I'm gonna take the pawn on e6. And this should be game over. Oh, what is that? He tries to win on time. Not an easy mission here. This is not an easy mission to win the current position on time. So probably we'll see very soon resignation because enough time to win. Yeah, huge battle. Almost missing in the very end. This was crazy because let's see the current position. It felt like it's a checkmate. All I need to do is to get the rook to h4 and this game over. And I completely missed the move knight e3 because I thought I have this move, queen c1, and then I see that the rook is gonna be taken and the knight takes back. So I completely missed the move knight e3. Luckily, we still had this option of rook h4, rook takes e3. So tactically, we are winning here. So position of white is winning, but so close, so close. This was a heavy blunder. Sometimes a GM is lucky. So if you are chess grandmaster, maybe you're just lucky. So rook h4. Big luck for me. I would want it to go here, but yeah, queen will be protected after taking. Completely missed it. And luckily, with the move rook h4, we had the chance, yeah, to win the final position. All right, in case you like my games, my comments, obviously, like and subscribe. Join the stream. We have here very, very nice stream going on. And as the last game for the current stream, I don't know if I play chess is here. I play chess, are you here? In case you are here, Let's play one blitz game. So, what do we have? What do we have? I play chess here or not here? No, I play chess is not here. Then, let me... I forgot what was the nickname. What was the nickname of... just a second, please. Let me check, because I don't see the things. Bean, are you here? Bean, in case you're here, challenge me please for a blitz game. The last game of today, it's gonna be a blitz game. Bean, in case you're here, please challenge me 3-minute blitz game. So, Aloy is asking, instead of taking the bishop, was there rook c7? Maybe Aloy, maybe. But it is a rapid game. It's difficult to play perfect, so of course everyone is making mistakes. So Bean, I don't know if Bean is here. Let's see if Bean is here. Let's wait a little bit for Bean, because he's usually with us. Yesterday, Bean told us a story that he has been playing against a cheater and he was very upset after the game, and this is of course making sense. This can upset very much, but I think it's better not to react. So, Bean, last chance. Where is Bean? Always here. No, not here. I play chess, not here. Bean, not here. Santos always with us as well. Santos, you want to play a blitz game? So, Santos, if you are here, please 3-minute game. Tell me what is your account name. And if no Santos, then boot up high. Are you here? Let's see if first Santos is here and then boot up high. Let me know. Santos or boot up high. Bean, come on. Bean is here. Bean, we are here. All friends, just have some fun. Don't be afraid of losing, Bean. If you play chess, never be afraid of losing a game. Come on, man. We're all friends here. Bean, don't chicken out. Let's play the game. Bean. Bean, we are all friends and just enjoy the game, so have some fun. Great stuff, I think. So we have Bean. Bean doesn't like to play us. Santos. Where is Santos? Santos also doesn't like to play. What is going on? Bean finally agrees. Okay, Bean agrees. We have to convince Bean to play games after hard, after long talk. Finally, Bean agrees to play gaming. So, Bean, just have a beautiful game. Just enjoy chess. It's not about winning or losing. I'm a professional chess player. Bean, of course. If I play basketball against a professional basketball player, what do you think is gonna happen? Of course I'm gonna lose, but I can still enjoy the game. So, Bean, what is your nickname? I don't see you're not challenging me yet. Please, 3-minute game. It is the last game of today's stream. So, Bean, you see you have already fans in the chat. What is the nickname of Bean? Bean Grant. My eyes are getting Grant Nobito. Grant Nobito. I see you, Bean. Let's go. Bean is just a beginner, but it's alright. Just enjoy the game. Bean always with us. So we have Grant Nobito, aka Bean. Let's go. D4, knight f6. No more Dutch. Dutch, way too nervous. Dutch makes me nervous, so we play something more safe. Bishop f4. Solid opening. E3 and bishop g7. So this is King's Indian structure. Here we can still play the move d5 or the move d6. Next we keep both moves like optional. I like to have this kind of flexibility. Then I can choose to play the move d6 or to play the move d5. I think d5 is looking pretty good here. So let's go with the move d5. We control the center. White, of course, as well, with a very solid setup. So not much is going on here. c5, the usual way to play these positions for black. And then knight on c6. By the way, we should all be respectful. We are not good in everything. We have just a couple of things where we are good. The rest, we are all hobby players. So Bean is trying to give his best and Bean been with us since the very beginning. So thank you, Bean. All right, we have the move queen on d2. This is unusual because usually the knight should go to d2. Now the queen is on d2. So this is not the best. We are developing the pieces. Knight on c6. Let's see what happens next. Knight on c6, short castle. This is a good move. And we proceed with the move knight e4 because now we are winning this tempo. We are trying to win the queen of Bean. And in case bishop is gonna take, then we're gonna take with the pawn. So queen on d1, and I think this is like a confirmation that the move queen on d2, not the best play. We won the tempo by putting the knight on e4. Let's go with the move bishop on g4. So we put the bishop to a good square, and let's see what happens next. Bishop is very active. I see in the chat Santos, I will play next time. Yeah, Santos, in case you have time, join us today evening, then we play. So, knight on d2. I think now we're capable of taking on d2. Queen is gonna take, and we can destroy the pawn structure of Grant Nobito. By the way, nice nickname, Grant Nobito. For those of you who do speak Spanish, I think, yeah, funny name. Bishop takes f3. Pawn has to take, and then we're gonna push our pawn forward. So we will be doing maybe a little bit better already with black, or maybe around equal, but the open king will be in danger in the long run. Oh, DC, not taking the piece. This is a mistake. It's always better first to take the piece and then you see what you do next. So, now of course we're gonna escape with our piece to e4. Piece up. This is nice. Next we're gonna play the move e5, so let's go with the move e5. We are attacking the bishop on f4. It's a better position for black. Let's attack also the bishop on b5. Maybe the bishop is gonna take our knight, then we're gonna take back. So we are a piece up, which gives to black obviously a big advantage here. Just we need to do the solid moves. Queen e7, getting the last piece into the game, always very important to bring the pieces into the game. Then let's see what happens next. Rook on d8 is going to be my next play. Pawn is hanging on e4, good move by the way. Still we play the move rook on d8 and we're gonna win the pawn on c5. It leaves black still with a piece up position, and long run piece up should play the decisive role. So we take the pawn on c5. Bishop on g3, not very active. Rook on d1, Good play by Grand Nobito. So actually not a bad game, except Grand Nobito should have taken my bishop on f3. So not to take the bishop, this was not the best. Now let's proceed with something h5, something useful. We are having a piece up, so no rush here. Queen on h4. Maybe there is something going on here on the d file. Not so much, but just in case. Queen on f8, so we will be preparing to change everything on the d file. Rook on d3, maybe a mouse slip, because we are capable of taking now the rook on d3. So the game is basically coming to an end. Still, a good fight from Nobito, and yes, when you're making your first steps into the world of chess, it is not easy. Chess is a very complex game. Rook to d1, again, good idea, but always missing something small, and yes, we can just take the rook, and that's it. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed your game. I think it was fun. And we should never be afraid of playing games. So, Bean, never be afraid of playing game. You play the way you play, you are enjoying the game, and that's it. That is the most important, that we try to get a little bit better every day, just a bit better. This is the goal, and to enjoy, of course, otherwise why to watch the stream even? So, that's it for today. I will be back in the evening. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed my comments and we had some fun here on the stream. To those of you who are so often here, of course, big thank you for being loyal VChess fans. I hope you are not regretting it. I hope you are as well learning at least something during the stream, because I think this is a key of everything, just to be a little bit better the next day than you've been the day before. So what else? I hope to see you in the evening. Enjoy your day. Thank you very much again for watching, and bye.